anything can happen when you kick off after dark. Welcome to the home of the BYU Cougars in LaVell Edwards Stadium in Provo, Utah. As we'll see a squad from the ACC, the Stanford Cardinal, taking on the 11th ranked team in the land, the BYU Cougars. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. Stanford ready to kick it away to start this game. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So BYU's offense will get the ball first. And last week, you want to talk about a guy using every tool in the bag from the running back position. David, this guy did it.
He was a monster. And I think when you turned on the tape this week, you saw it, man. So many different ways he can hurt you, and he can be a focal point of this offense. The defense, they know well and good of what happened last week. And their first objective this week, Palmer, is to stop that dude.
Yeah, they know the entire offense goes through him. All week long, they've been stressing. Tackling, staying in your gaps, waiting at the point of attack, getting as many hats to the football as humanly possible, because you can't shut this guy down. You can only hope to contain him, but what a challenge this defense faces today.
My old coach said you'll never go broke taking a profit. Take what's there, take the positive yards, and never complain.
To the air, it's Retzlaff. Fires to the big fella. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one.
Well, they're able to find the tight end for an easy completion, but good job tackling, not allowing him to get the first down.
Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Turns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O's. So Stanford's offense has its first opportunity of the day. It's not often we focus on a matchup quite like this, but David, we have a couple of premier tight ends in this game.
And we've seen it recently, right? Ty Warren last year, Brock Bowers the year before. Like, you can build an offense around an elite tight end, and both of these schools do it. The speed, the playmaking ability, the versatility. Palmer, I bet you wish you had a guy like this you could throw to.
You're right, David. I played with a lot of NFL guys at tight end, but none of them were as dynamic as these two right here. And you're going to see them get the ball in a variety of ways. We're seeing offense change in college football, and one of the biggest reasons is the versatility now at the tight end position, and these are two...
Oh, he's getting ahead of steam. That's a live ball. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. He's dragged down to the ground, but what a play there. It's up the loose football and moves the chains. We've got a timeout here as this coach is challenging the call. He wants to give the replay booth a chance to have another look. And how about the keen eyes and sharp awareness from the coach to challenge that call, and the officials agree it'll go his way. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Use the play fake, now to throw. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be 2nd down.
This offensive line's got to do a better job. I mean, he doesn't even have time to go through his progressions. You got to give your QB some time. You got to make him feel comfortable. They didn't. They got in there quick, fast, and in a hurry.
Running back searching for a hole.
Listen, you got to be able to know what play to call and what hole to go through. Like, the line blocks for a certain hole. Good job getting through the hole, getting what was blocked, getting a nice positive gain, making your situation really good on the next down.
It is deafening in here, soaked in noise To the ground to try to move the chains. He gets the job done on third down. They move the chains. It's at the 37.
And that's so tough as a defense because they only got to get inches. But I got to find a way to somehow get a knockback, stop the running back's feet. Right there, I couldn't do it. He gets downhill just enough, and he gets the first down.
It's a good job, too, there on third down by the offense because a major statistic in football in terms of winning and losing is how good are you at staying on the field, keeping drives alive. Whether it's third and long or third and inches, you just have to go execute, and they do it there.
Stanford gets set to snap it on first down. Motion from the wideout. From the red zone, looking for a space. Pucks it out of the air. He'll be brought down at the 3-yard line. An explosive play in the passing game has him on the doorstep.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route, running all the way across the field, and the DB just can't stay with him because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
Stanford comes up with a first and goal. Slams it ahead, and he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Stanford!
What a luxury for an offense to have. The ability to set the tone on the ground, giving that guy the football time after time, making offense easy, being physical, and really setting the tone for this football game.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They went 3 and out on their first possession now to see if they can be more productive this time around. Catch in the middle, it's Roberts. And they'll spot it at the 45. That's good enough for a first down. Now, in that ethereal realm of BYU quarterbacks like Ty Detmer and Steve Young, Jake Retzloff has a chance to claim a spot in there, David. 11-2 a season ago, just missed a playoff. If they can get to the CFP, what does it mean for a program like this?
It'll be huge. I mean, BYU is a good program, but nobody looks at them as an elite program. So they could perform at that level. And listen, it's going to be Retzloff. He's that guy. Like, he's scrambling, throwing, making plays. Kind of had a knack for big plays last year. So if he builds on that, watch out.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver. And you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
They'll throw it to the back on the screen. He's out of bounds, but not before picking up enough for the first down.
Third down, understanding exactly where the sticks are. You got to stop certain routes so they don't get to certain depths. Quarterback completes and gets another first down. Got to be a little bit more mindful of where those sticks are.
On target. And they pick up just a few on that completion.
This quarterback right now is in a groove, and he's doing a nice job in pre-snap. He's reading the coverage, and he's getting an idea of where he wants to go with the football. That's why the ball's coming out of his hands so quickly. That's why he seems like he's in a great rhythm right now.
Just too much of a rush, and down goes the quarterback just behind the midfield stripe at the 49.
And the defense gets a sack, and that's going to be the big determining factor in this football game. A week ago, he only got sacked one time. They've already got him on the ground. If they want to win this football game, they got to keep getting after the quarterback.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On third and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And as he throws, and the missed connection on third down. BYU will bring the punt team on the field. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now back to work with this 7-0 lead. Looking for space. It's Irvin. Defense there to stop him after a gain of 1 to the 22.
The big fella in the middle, man. Those defensive tackles, they go such a long way in deciding and really stopping the other team's run game. Just forcing contact with those guards and those centers, owning the line of scrimmage, and getting running backs on the ground.
Right back to it. Picks up the first down, still moving. There he goes. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. Not much can impose your will on a defense like popping a big run.
Especially when they know you're going to run it, right? This offense right now is just more physical. They're more physical up front in the trenches. And this running back and his ability to break tackles, that is just so demoralizing for this defense.
Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And a nice job by the running back, finding space, getting downhill, making the good run. Great job finishing with his pads.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. At the end of the quarter, it is Stanford holding the edge. One period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Lots of time left, and we're ready to get back to it and open the second period. So they had a chance to talk over this third down play to open the period. Brown will throw it. Wide open downfield. Ernie on the Jets. And he found all kinds of room and got it down to the 28.
And it's on third downs like this, if you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Stopping the run is very high on every defensive coordinator's list. Making the team one-dimensional. Nice job stuffing the run on that play right there.
The give to the tailback. And some room to work. Got enough for the first. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Cardinal!
Man, this offense has started the season off so good. 1-0 a week ago, right? Now building on it again. Great job putting points on the board. It's still the first half, but this unit looks dialed in.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Guys, back to your game in a moment, but first we have to show you how the script is being written here. Arizona is down right now, but you simply can't rule out a comeback. Teddy Bruschi had a hand in getting this kid to Tucson, so if he thinks the magic is there, who am I to disagree?
BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, I feel like offensively you should...
And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
And this offense, man, they're going to have to figure something out. This is already getting out of hand, but they're going to have to protect their quarterback. They're going to have to start throwing the football and having some success, because right now, they got a bagel up on the scoreboard.
Creates a little room. Turning it on. And the tackle is made, but not before. That completion gets them 30-plus.
You could tell he saw that grass open up, and he was not handing that football off. He was taking it himself. His eyes got enormous, chewed up the big play. Nice big chunk play for this offense.
Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. The sure hands, it's Hagan. And he's brought down after a nice gain. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Rides to back and leaves it. Not much there on the run. He gets one to the 31.
And you want to run the football. And that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Retzlaff. Unloads to the wideout. It's picked off, and they ruin the drive with a turnover. Not much on that return, but I think they'll let him slide after making that pick, and they'll have it at the 20.
And what a great job by the defense that time. Cover one, man coverage. And did you see how everybody was impressed? When you press receivers, you disrupt their timing. You get your hands on them at the line of scrimmage. You jam them. And it completely disrupts the quarterback and his thought process. And that time, that was a big reason that ball got INT.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously, you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Wants to fire on 2nd down. Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
3rd down coming up, and the Cougar faithful are doing everything they can to help out this team. It's complete to the right. Smashes through the tackle. There he goes. Big gain on that one as he steps out of bounds with a 1st down.
And this defense is going to have their hands full because they're going to need to be comfortable with guys one-on-one on islands in the perimeter of the field. And they're just going to have to make better plays than what we saw right there. They knew this offense was going to try to be aggressive. Got to need better effort in the back end for this defense.
A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Bunch formation for these receivers. They'll go to work in the air on 2nd down. Snagged out of the air. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a 1st down.
Like QBs, when you see zone coverage, man, can you manipulate defense when you have a good pocket and you've got time to throw. He had a little bit of time to throw. You can move guys with your eyes. That drag comes wide open. Good throw, good catch, 1st down.
It's complete to the left. Touchdown, Stanford! Made the grab and took it on in for the score.
Man, I've been really impressed with this offense this first half. Coming in a hostile environment, hostile crowd. Man, they haven't given them anything to cheer about. Offense, defense, now up 20-0, and these people are eerily quiet in here.
On to attempt the try. And the extra point is true, and the lead balloons to 21. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The BYU offense headed back out to go on the attack. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. To throw, it's Retzlaff. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. A most efficient pickup of 6 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 4.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there. So instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
He'll be stopped at the 41, but give him 10 on that play. Kalani Sitake got this Cougar program back in the national spotlight last season. 11 wins, and boy, did they do a great job in finishing off close games.
And boy, are they fun to watch. You talk about close games, yes, they won those, but fake punts, fake field goals, going for it on 4th down, like BYU's brand of football, Palmer, is always entertaining.
It's always entertaining. I remember a little while ago, people were wondering how they were going to fare in the Big 12, but they've proven that they can compete for a conference championship, and who knows this year, maybe take the next step to the CFP.
Intercepted. A first-half turnover can swing momentum. The sudden change on the turnover, and man, he was looking for running room. Couldn't find that, but they'll have it at the 22. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. From the gun, the running back has it. past the sticks, and he may get more. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. We're at the 2-minute timeout. They've built a big lead, and they'll try to pile on a little more before the break.
Another good run. Man, he has been picking up yards in bunches today. Jesse showing off all the skills.
And he's showing no signs of slowing down, David. This guy just gets better as the game goes on. He is a beast.
And that's your goal. Separate man from ball. Try to get your shoulder in there on the catch point and really give him something to think about. Physically jar that football and knock it out. Nice job by the defender.
Flushed out of the pocket. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be third down.
Like the job by the defense there in coverage. They took every option away from the quarterback. He was outside of the pocket, nowhere to go with it, so they forced the incompletion throw.
The Cardinal come to the line with lots of work to do on third down. Brown wants to pass. Trying to burn this defensive back. Can't make the grab, in this offense, which has been brilliant this season on third down, doesn't convert this time. Stanford lines up to punt it away. They'll boot it into the night sky for the first time. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. They'll start this drive with a pass. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22. The Cougars come to the line in the hurry-up. Back to pass. That's caught. It's Bachmeyer. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. And the Cougars are way behind the sticks on this third and forever. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
Yeah, and unfortunately, this guy's been beat like a drum. He's been hit, sacked a bunch of times already, and another hit right here. I'm literally looking at my offense. Like, dude, I need some more time. You got to protect me better than this. Give me a chance to complete some passes.
Punt is on its way. Let's see what he can do with it. They'll put a stop to that return at about the 37-yard line. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. They'll have another opportunity to extend this lead after punting last time, David.
And it's important to put that punt behind you. It's over. Let it go. Get back to what you were doing that built this lead, Palmer.
Yeah, and the defense, obviously, they won a few downs that last drive, so you got to put them on their heels here. Maybe mix up a few personnel groupings and try to show them some pictures they haven't seen yet.
Brown will throw it. Finds a soft spot in the middle. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch.
First down for the offense.
To the air on first down. Throws to the wideout. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And he finally missed one, right? I mean, he's been pretty hot, right? 5 passes in a row. He's been moving the ball around different platforms, different receivers. Just done a really good job spreading the ball around, and he's human. He finally missed.
Back to throw, time running short in the half. This time he's got his man. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it. Stanford going back to work with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. They get him corralled, but not until he's in the red zone. They'll mark it at the 14. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Stanford now has it in the red zone. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. It's complete on the right side. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Cardinal! A great catch and run for 6.
And with that score, this thing is getting ugly. This offense has had their way, and not only have they had their way, now they finished the half like you're supposed to, scoring the football, building on their lead. This defense is going to have to go into half and find some answers.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point makes it 28-0. So the touchdown drive goes 63 yards. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. So they got the touchdown, now going to put it in the hands of their defense to finish off this half. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the first half. On the run, it's Martin. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, looks like we've got a great atmosphere today in Provo. And how can we begin our analysis of that first half without singing the praises of one of the elite backs in football? Racking up huge numbers on the ground, even throwing the occasional block. This kid is the total package. And if this defense doesn't adjust its strategy, he could be headed towards a career day. And with that, let's... back to our broadcast team inside Lavelle Edwards Stadium.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Not sure they had to make many adjustments at halftime as they try to build on this lead here in the third. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. First play from scrimmage here in the second half, and they'll keep it on the ground. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
You gotta have that defense you know you can go to in running situations. Your base defense where you say, okay, this is where I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna stop the run, stuff it up front. My guys play big up front. And then if I need to add some blitzes to it later on down the road, I can. But great job in the base defense making a play.
Runs ahead and powers his way for 4 yards out to the 30.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. And you're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical and they're trying to stay on the field.
The Cardinal will have to boot it away. Second time today they've been forced to punt. No chance for a return. He makes the fair catch at the 26, and that's where they'll go to work. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Wants to throw. It's Retzlaff. Grabbed over the middle. It's Ryan. Really good concept there to get things going and use the tight end early.
Yeah, I mean, just such a great job on a first down, setting up an easier second down. Understanding I don't always have to push the ball down the field, but see the tight end, make the throw. No, it's not a big gain, but makes life really easy on me on second down.
Makes 1 man. Oh, he's got some space. They get this sophomore on the ground, but he continues to make plays.
Man, that was a good run, but it was almost even better. Great job by the offense. Keep the running game going. You get big chunks like this. Not only was that a big chunk, it also looked like it could have gone for more.
Sets up the screen. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to get him going there.
He's loose. Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
You know, as a defense, you can have the right call and the right guy in the right spot. But that guy's just too good. And how about the running back on that play? Just making it happen, breaking off the huge gain. It's tough to get these guys on the ground.
Wants to go up top on first down. They're working that left side. Stopped after a good pickup, and he'll be just a tad short of the first down. The Cougars in a good spot here with second and short. Grabbed in the middle. It's Hagan. Knocked down at the 25-yard line. Picked up 10 there and gets a first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. Back to throw. It's Retzlaff. Right on the money. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver, and the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Short throw to the sideline is caught. He's out of bounds, and they'll move the chains with a first down.
Now, I know that completion isn't a touchdown. It's not a deep play deep down the field, but how about the strong hands by that receiver making that catch? He made that look pretty routine. He had that DB draped all over him and still was able to help this offense get positive yards.
Nice job by the defense staying glued to him. Getting him on the ground as soon as he catches the football. Knowing he's a threat, I'm not going to let this guy get out of my sights. Nice job by the D.
They'll run play action. And the pass rush is effective, and they tackle him at the 19.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up in pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down.
You got to love that. On defense, one of the most critical statistics out there is how do you play on 3rd down? How do you prevent the opponent from keeping drives alive? Right there, tackling the catch, you gave up the completion, whoop-de-doo. You set up 4th and long, you're going to get the ball back, go get some water and celebrate.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Stanford has it back. The Cardinal offense returning to the field. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Rides the back on the option to give. Lots of running room. Moves it out to the 34-yard line. A nice 15-yard gain on that one.
I'll tell you what, a few more runs like that, and defensively you start thinking more guys in the box, more big guys. I better stop this guy because he's unbelievable. Just a great job breaking off the big run, and the OC is going to give him the ball some more.
And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down. After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. They'll send the tight end in motion. Here comes the heat. Bought a little time, lets it go. Fires to the tight end. Nice pickup there. Gets him the first down and sets him up at the 45-yard line.
Well, this defense is going to have to find a way to start mixing up their coverages. They're in a tough spot. They're down right now, so most people would think the opponent would be running the ball, but when you've had the success these guys have had throwing it, you're going to see more shot plays, and you better change your looks up to try and get a takeaway to get back in this game.
Oh, a lot of space. Wide open spaces. He's all the way down to the 3. An electric run has him set up. Man, oh man, contact was optional. It was like the back was engaging in a lot of social distancing or something.
Yeah, that was way too easy. Defenses is about funneling the ball to the unblocked defender. You could tell they didn't have a clue what was going on. They got to get the ball turned. You can't let them run north-south and try to get him downhill like that, especially with that kind of speed.
They'll try to get it in with the run. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
And you got to get locked in the red zone. A lot of defensive coordinators, they'll tell you, we'll give up yards, but we got to understand what we're trying to get accomplished. Great job down here near the goal line. This defense bowing their neck up and getting a big stop.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Six plays brought them here. Now number 7 on 3rd and goal. Trying play action. Rushes on him. Chucked it away just as he was hit. Couldn't find anybody open, just threw it away, and that's a smart move. You want to avoid the turnover, especially in the red zone. It'll be 4th down. And this one splits the uprights. And that will extend their lead even further. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. SMU came away with the victory today, but not in dominant fashion. In fact, the folks in Dallas had to sweat things out for much of the second half. Could have been better, but certainly could have been worse. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Hey, Kevin Connors, keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long.
Get set, get set.
Out of the gun, the inside handoff to the running back. Good, solid run on that one as he gets it up to the 33-yard line.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
To the air, it's Retzlaff. Looking deep down the right side. And they can't hook up on the big play, and that brings up a 4th down.
This offense has had some struggles early in this game so far. They're just trying to get something going, and so you take a shot. You try to find your best one-on-one matchup and see if they can make a play. The defense was ready for it. Good coverage on the back end. They look very prepared. All 11 guys on defense right now playing together as one.
They'll put the ball in play from just inside their own 40 at the 39. The give on the option. It's a seam wide open. Big pickup on the ground here to keep this drive moving and give them a 1st down.
Well, he was able to gash him on that play. You just give this guy 1 inch, one little crease. He puts his foot in the ground, and he gets north fast.
We've reached a break, and it is Stanford holding the lead. This has been a complete obliteration so far, as the 3rd quarter stats will show you. They go back to work with a 1st down in the final period of this one. Rides to back and leaves it on the option. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
leaves it with the back. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
Now they're really starting to threaten as they pick up the first down at the 34-yard line. This Stanford offense moving quickly down the field. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down.
And the defense down in this game, they just can't do anything to stop this offense at this point, David. Right now, they know they're going to be trying to run the football and try and ice the game, but there's nothing at this point it seems they can do.
Yeah, and it's frustrating. I got to sell out, man. I got to bring as many guys to the line of scrimmage as I can. I got to find a way to get this ball back to my offense. The clock is not my friend, and them running the football is only going to run this thing out quicker. I got to find a way to make something happen, strip the football, do something.
Power football with the run. Once again, finding nowhere to run against this defense. He's knocked down immediately. Clock stops. We have reached the 2-minute timeout, and this offense just a couple of minutes away from putting one in the win column. Stanford comes to the line, and that first down marker is a long way away. They'll go to the counter. He stopped right at the 15-yard line. Needed a little bit more to move the chains. Chip shot field goal from here, but will they go for it on fourth down? And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. The offense will stop the clock and use one of its timeouts. And for the second time tonight, they'll trot out the field goal kicker. He splits the uprights. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand.
And they just tack on more points to this big lead. Listen, fourth quarter was sitting extremely pretty. All we got to do, not give up big plays, make them earn everything they get the rest of this way, and we looking pretty good.
BYU has it back. The Cougars ready to get into that playbook. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start, Jesse, to almost the finish now. They have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have a real hard look at themselves, I think, this week after watching the film and in practice.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. It's as if that ball had a magnet going back to the offense. How in the world did they keep it? Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. Got it behind the line. It's Phillips. He ended up losing yardage on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down. Looks as if BYU will have to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. A fair catch is called for and made just across the 50-yard line. The Stanford offense making its way back onto the field. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and they executed at a very high level.
Yeah, lights out, and this game's over. I'm interested to see the philosophy now. Do we keep chucking the pill and you keep trying to score points because it's the defense's responsibility to stop them, or do they just run this clock and say, all right, we did enough today. We kicked them in the face.
Guys, this is a story we see every single year in college football. Ranked teams losing to unranked opponents. Whatever the reasons, it adds to the flavor of a season.
It's so good because we all love the upsets. And then if you're the team that got that ranked win, Jesse, you start to build.